So we got Ben 10 in Fortnite, and there's a lot of controversy about this. And I'm just gonna give my thoughts on it. I think they did a pretty good job. I also get a lot of people want for Ben to have 10 aliens. Um, I kind of get why they didn't do that. I feel like the reason they didn't do that is because that is a lot of edit styles for one skin, and they were probably just thinking, all right, who's Ben 10's um fan favorite alien and who's his strongest. And that's probably how they got, Heat Blast and Alien X. Because Heat Blast, he uses it a lot. A lot of people like Heat Blast. And then Alien X, doesn't have a lot of screen time, but he is the most overpowered alien he has. So I feel like that's where these picks come from. And it doesn't I can kind of get why, like, money wise, too, it wouldn't make sense to have, like, one skin have 10 styles. So, I feel like what would have made more sense is, like, alright, fine. You purchase Ben 10, and you get, Heat Blast and Alien X, and then you have to unlock the other aliens somehow. Um, I'm thinking there could be a set of challenges that you have to do that would be like, I guess, like, gain like crazy amounts of XP, or you could just outright buy the other styles. And option number three would be like, or as you subscribe to Fortnite Crew, you would get a style. That way, Fortnite gets money for the people that like want to just outright buy stuff, but there's still the option, to over time unlock the skins too. There, I made a method that it makes sense economically and also for people that don't want to have to spend a crazy amount of money. Just have both options. So, anyways, um, I was thinking what would be the other eight aliens. And I kind of disagree with some people's picks online. A lot of people were saying forearms. I disagree with that pick, only because I feel like it would be really bulky and look really weird. Um, there is like one Fortnite skin I think that has technically four arms, but it's like a scrawnier character, so it works. Um, I feel like I like the idea of a character with four arms in Fortnite, but for the one that they do have, it's like, oh, they're like in handcuffs for forearms. I don't know what his other like bottom two arms would be doing. I guess it'd be, I don't know, either static or like it would move like when he moves. It might look a little goofy too. I don't know. It's just I don't have that in my eight. I'm gonna show you my eight, and it's gonna be it for the video. So in no particular order, we got Swamp Fire. I've seen a lot of people saying Swamp Fire. I actually kind of don't really care that much for Swampfire, honestly. I mean, I know a lot of people like him, but I don't really care. I mean, he is like good power wise, like he's got plant powers and fire powers, but I don't know. I just don't really care for him. But I'm more thinking about like the build of characters for this, so it doesn't matter if I care about them or not. Accelerate. Okay, this one I do care about, and he does look cool. I feel like he'd work. Diamond Head, okay, this one is a bulky one, which I, counted against forearms. There's another bulky one in here too. But we have bulky Fortnite skins, like Baymax is a really bulky skin. Actually, in my opinion, Baymax is a little bit too bulky, but I feel like this is where Diamond Head would fall under. Ultimate Echo Echo. This one is one that I actually really like. This is, I think, my favorite design for a Ben 10 alien. but I don't think he's really utilized this one too much. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't remember him being used super often. Chroma Stone, this one's not one of my favorites, but it has like that right kind of build, and he's also a very, I think, a very popular alien. I think he got used a lot. Feedback, I know, and this is like one of the newer designs too. I think that this was a good. They just changed the white to green, but I think it looks better for him. And I think like the lore for feedback is like really crazy too, because like he loses this alien. Um, so it has that going for it. I just feel like it's a fun design to have in Fortnite too. Goop, Goop. I wonder how they would do. I don't know if he would be solid like this or if he'd be somewhat transparent. I think it'd be really cool if he'd be somewhat transparent. And it's possible because like there's that one like gumball skin where like the head is see-through. So I mean, he could be somewhat transparent, and I don't think that would be game breaking either. Especially if like this darker green liquid moved around. And then this is probably the bulkiest one. I feel like Wrath is bulkier than Diamond Head, but I feel like they could scale him down. Especially like the arms could be scaled down just a little bit. And I feel like he'd work. I don't know. I don't know how the giant claws would work when holding a gun, though. I'm just now realizing that. Fine, maybe sub Wrath for 4 arms. I don't care too much about that one. But, I feel like this could maybe work. I'm questioning my own pick on this one, actually. Oh, I was also thinking either if I maybe sub out Wrath with either like Big Chill or Jet Ray. I was just also questioning like, oh, I was kind of also questioning how those would work. But yeah, something along those lines. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.